subscribe to my channel and press bell icon for latest updates.
Hi, welcome to Learning Monkey. I am Vikram. In this class, we will try to understand prime implicant, essential prime implicant and redundant prime implicant. In our previous video, we have clearly covered what is meant by implicant. Understanding of implicant is very important to understand what is meant by prime implicant, essential prime implicant and redundant prime implicants. If you haven't watched that video, please watch that video and come back here. And every video in our channel is going to be a part of entire course or a playlist. Our suggestion is to follow the entire course so that you can get better insights of the concepts, and the link for the playlist is provided in the description below. Now coming to this class, we will start with the definition of prime implicant. What is meant by prime implicant? An implicant is said to be prime implicant if it is not part of any other implicant. So in our previous video we have discussed that all the subcubes, all the possible subcubes, so every subcube that is possible is what we call it as an implicant. There we have used this K-map as an example. The same K-map we have used in our previous video. We used this as an example. And see here, so all these are the all these subcubes are the implicants of the given K-map. But which subcube, which implicant is called as prime implicant means, which implicant is called as prime implicant is an implicant which is not part of another implicant. So the implicant which is not embedded in another implicant, that implicant is what we call it as prime implicant. In the given K-map, so the implicants which are blue in color, those implicants are not embedded in any other implicants. So those implements are not embedded in any other implements. For example, if you take the implicants which are red in color, so these red colored implicants are embedded in the blue colored implicants. So different combinations of implicants are possible. The implicants, from those implicants, the implicants which are not embedded in another implicant is what we call it as prime implicant. From the given diagram, we have three implicants which are called as prime implicants. See here, this is the implicant which is not embedded in another implicant. In the same way, this is the implicant which is not embedded in another implicant, and this is the third implicant which is not embedded in other implicant. But if you take this implicant, red implicant, this implicant is embedded in the big implicant. So such kind of implicants are not prime implicants. Okay, so that point is very important. So that is the reason why I am stressing more on that point. Okay, such kind of implements are called as prime implicants. That is the reason why we said that we have to take the subcube as bigger as possible. While explaining about the K-maps, in the discussion about the K-maps, we said that we have to take the subcubes as bigger as possible, because that biggest possible subcube should not be embedded in another subcube. So that is the reason why we have taken as big a subcube as possible, so that it cannot be embedded in another subcube. Okay, so this is what we call it as prime implicant. Coming to the definition of essential prime implicant, a prime implicant is said to be essential prime implicant if it covers at least one term of F which is not covered by any other prime implicant. So given the K-map, so in this K-map, which prime implicant is called as, so these are the prime implicants. So if you take these terms, another prime implicant is not possible. So that's what you have to understand. So if you take an implicant here, that is not going to be a prime implicant. It is going to be an implicant which is embedded in another prime implicant. So that is the reason why we have taken as biggest implicants as possible. Okay, so this point is very important to understand, because the minimization is not possible if you haven't taken the biggest prime implicant possible. So for example, if you take this implicant, if you consider all these red implicants also, so do we get the minimal equation? No. It is not possible to get the minimal equation. For every red implicant also it is going to get some terms, as we have done already minimization by using the K-maps. So take the implicants as biggest as possible, and these three are the prime implicants. When a prime implicant is called as essential prime implicant, a prime implicant is called as essential prime implicant if it covers at least one term of F. So all these are the terms. Here we are using min term. If it is a max term K-map, so we have to use a max term. So a prime implicant is said to be essential prime implicant if it covers at least one term. So this is the term, one term of function F which is not covered by any other prime implicant. So for example, if you take this implicant, so if you take this term is not covered by any other implicant, any other prime implicant. It is covered only by this prime implicant. If there exists at least one such kind of term, then that implicant is what we call it as essential prime implicant. But we are having three terms which are not covered by any other prime implicant. We need at least one term which is not covered by any other prime implicant. At least means this is sufficient. So if you take this prime implicant, so this is essential prime implicant, and if you take this prime implicant, can it be called as essential prime implicant? Yes, it can be called as essential prime implicant because it consists of one term, at least one term, which is not covered by any other prime implicant. So this is also an essential prime implicant. Similarly, if you take this prime implicant, can this is another prime implicant, can this be called as essential prime implicant? No, it is not called as essential prime implicant. Why? It is a prime implicant, but it is not an essential prime implicant. Why it is not essential prime implicant? Because it is having two terms, this one and this one. Both the terms are covered by some other prime implicants, some other implicants. So those kind of implements are those kind of implicants are not essential prime implicant, but it is just a prime implicant. Okay, because both the terms of this prime implicant are covered by some other implicants. So this is not an essential prime implicant. To be an essential prime implicant, it should have at least one term which is not covered by any other prime implicants. But no such term is existing in this prime implicant. So it is not a essential prime implicant. What is meant by redundant prime implicants? The prime implicant for which each of its term is covered by some essential prime implicant. A prime implicant where each of its term is covered by some essential prime implicants, then those kind of implicants are called as redundant prime implicants. For example, if you take this implicant, this is the implicant which is covered by the terms in this implicant are covered by some other prime implicants. So this term is covered by this implicant and this term is covered by this implicant. So both the terms, if all the terms, a prime implicant in which each of its term, so each of its term is covered by some essential prime implicants. This is an essential prime implicant, this is an essential prime implicant, because it is having one term which is not covered by any other prime implicant. Similarly, this is also an essential prime implicant because it is having one term which is not covered by any other prime implicant. But this is not essential prime implicant, this is a redundant prime implicant because each and every term of its is covered by some other essential prime implicant. Such kind of prime implicants are called as redundant prime implicants. Okay, so these definitions or these terminology is very, very important for you to understand, because the way in which we are going to the way in which we are going to do our minimization in our next video, in order to do that kind of minimization, we need to understand these concepts. Without understanding these concepts, next minimizations are not possible for you to understand. So our suggestion is to follow the previous video, the video previous to it, where we have discussed about implicants, and this video you watch it as many times as possible until you get the clarity. Hope you got the clarity on this concept. Thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please subscribe to our channel and press bell icon for the latest updates. And if you have any doubts regarding this concept, please post your doubts in the comment section below. Thanks for watching.